sincere. It's both eccentric and childlike, isn't it? I prefer to think of it as a kind of playing. The hours fly. I draw enormous energy from it. And then there's the actual heat, of course. I hope I'm not embarrassing you. May I show you something? It's delightful to move at random, weaving in and through these pools of warmth, extending a hand. Each lamp gives its heat differently, unique. And in between, and there are many betweens, you can feel, receive from several sources at once. Any movement and the balance has changed. And when we've exhausted these relationships, of course, well, you can change them, don't you see? I'm a little frightened this will bore you. Might I show you something? It's so hard to share our eccentricities, isn't it? Do you enjoy light? Do you respond to it? Night flying, like costume jewelry on velvet, wet neon, trees covered with ice under street lamps. I suppose these are sentimental images from my generation. Wait, I want to show you something. It won't take a moment. There. Now, moving through. Now this. Now see. I can feel the difference. Acutely. Pleasurably. Is this senility on the hoof? Look. Seeing the lights above makes me laugh. Why do you suppose? You probably suspect it's a personal history as well. Of course. Some of these are from Catsafall Farm. Several are from family and friends. My son, my husband. Oh, fiddle, they're all personal. No, I won't bore you. Memories, I believe, make patterns of a sort. And these make patterns and are memories. I used to endlessly wonder what older age, later years would be like, as have you. A diminishment, a narrowing. There are so many things that one obviously cannot do. Most of the people once central to one's life are dispersed or gone. One is so often less useful. My grandfather, when he was very rich in years, used to say he felt denuded and unpacked. There are necessarily fewer people. Thinking about it then, it made sense to invest more feeling in objects, to enrich my relationship to them so that I wasn't without intimacy. I have one sister, Amelia. She lives in sort of a leisure world planned community outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico. She moved there from Catsafall. She was married to a thoracic surgeon, and she is very well off. She has many, many friends, she tells me. She is ever so busy with activities. Imagine, Amelia has not one single solitary acquaintance she knew before she was 60. A sort of amnesiac with many friends and no memories. Baking herself in the sun like a Pop-Tart. Quite beyond me. Several years ago, she visited me here and sat there just where you are. We shared this odd mixture of memory, heat, and patterns. I showed her, for example, how extraordinarily hands take the light. Lovely. Well, after a long silence, A very nice silence, really. She rose and said, "Lila, you're as mad as a March hare." She flew home to a card tournament. It has been my experience that life is the more pleasurable as you begin to diminish it until a single glow remains, and there is an agony of pleasure and anticipation waiting for it to be extinguished. It is ever so lovely, ever, ever so. It bewilders and thrills me, this light, this radiance that has been my friend to succor and sustain me. The warmth, the fascination of the waiting, and finally, of course,